Alright, what's going on, guys? So today we got something that I probably never thought it was going to be available for the RSX chassis. And I've been dealing with the RSX for over a decade, So this is something that very exciting. And I do want to say this at the moment, we only have them available for the 0506 RSX. We are going to have them available for the 0204 as well. So what this is a fuse box relocation harness. This is designed to take your fuse box from the stock location and relocate it to your glove box, to your airbag location. A lot of people put them there. They remove the airbag and put them there, or on the passenger floor, which that's where I have mine. Not ideal, but you can kind of play with it. Now the harness is long enough, and we're working on my buddy's car right now. But here we have the harness. Now we have designed it, and it's a two-piece design, and you quickly guys gonna see how the stock one is. And mind this is a 20-year-old harness, so it definitely has seen a lot of butt connectors and all the shenanigans that you can think of. Now, one thing I did forgot to mention here in the very beginning is that we're only going to do the harnesses without ABS. We're not going to do the harness with ABS system. Don't ask, don't even think about it. We're just not going to do it. So the harnesses are only going to be without ABS system. So just right off the front, if you already have my ABS Elite kit or you made your own, perfect. This is ready to go. So do keep that in mind. None of them will have ABS. It's just, man, you guys can already see how much wiring it goes into this. So keeping ABS is a task that we don't want to get into. This is something that already, it's something that, we thought it was not even going to be available. All right. So definitely a lot of R&D went into it. Now this harness versus the stock one, obviously it runs inside the engine bay. What we have done with this one, and you guys gonna see it here, we're gonna do the full install. This one actually runs on your driver's side fender area. We're gonna show you the full install outside when we get to my buddy's car. So this is gonna go on the passenger side area. It's gonna go right into your headlight, and then right out to your radiator, and then out to your passenger headlight. These are all new plugs, all new connectors, all new wiring, all new grounds. I mean, you're talking about everything. So the best part about it, like I said, it's a two-piece design. So this will stay inside the car, and again, we'll show you more of that in a minute. This will stay inside the car, and then this will connect both of them together over here on the driver's side fender area, as you can see here. So they will just connect each other, and then same thing with this one, okay? So let's say you want to get your engine bay painted. You go ahead and just remove this, and then leave that attached inside the car, and then you can get your car easily painted if that were the case, so you don't have to worry about something like this that, I mean, it kind of speaks for itself, you know what I mean? So like I said, we're gonna do the full install. It's fairly simple. There's a lot to remove, so definitely take about a day to do this. Definitely recommend it to have a buddy with you, since it is a lot to remove and put back on. Hopefully we're able to cover all the questions that you may have during the install. But yeah, this is, like I said, I previously said, this is something that I don't think I ever thought it was going to be available for the market. So we're going to go outside and show you the full install, right? Just before we go outside, just want to give you guys a close-up look off the harness. And I know it kind of looks like a lot as of right now, but you guys can see here just a better, closer look. And then before we stepped outside versus you got this, guys. I mean, it kind of just speaks for itself, so yeah, I just want to give you a closer look. So we're gonna go ahead and step outside and finish the install on the car, so you guys can see the whole process. But yeah, like I said, it is a lot to remove, but we're gonna try to cover as much as we can in order to get you guys as much as information we can. This box harness, like I was mentioning inside, do need to understand that this is for the 0506. We are gonna be working on the 0204. But when you do select your car, make sure you're selecting for the year that you have, okay? Because the 0506 is meant for the 0506. The 02 is meant for the 0204. So if you mix that up somehow on the website, your car will not start. With that being said, the guy Jesus already taking his car apart. This is a big task, man. And if you're gonna go ahead and be doing this yourself, it is a lot of work. Definitely don't recommend to do it by yourself. It's a lot to take off. Definitely the front bumper, the headlights gotta come off. I would say both of them. Definitely the driver fender. The passenger, we are gonna take it off mainly because we need to run the power wire to the inside of the fuse box. As you can see here, The fuse box is in the stock location right here, and the whole purpose of the kit is to take it from the stock location and put it either in the glove box. Most people put it in the airbag location. They take out the airbag on the passenger side. I personally have it just on the floor of mine. I didn't want to do either or, but we'll go ahead and show you more once we get to that where he wants to put it at. But I'll probably put it on a time lapse showing you guys how to, everything we're going to take off. And like I previously said, the whole purpose of this kit is to take the fuse box from here and all of this crazy amount of wiring and take it to the inside of the car and literally make the engine bay like 1,000 times more. This is a harness I never thought it would be available 10 years or whatever years I started with the RSX, because I used to offer it and you would have to send in your harness and I would tuck it, but that's not the case no more. This is all brand new, so we'll just watch Jesus take his car apart and then we'll show you once we start taking the fuse box out. All right, so we are moving fairly quickly. Front bumpers off, both headlights are off. We're gonna go ahead and take off both of the fenders, and you can pretty much see we're gonna start removing the fuse box stock wiring harness, and you can see how old and crusty they are. I mean, the things are what? They're 20 years old, because this is what, 2000, what year is this one? Oh, 06, so 19 years old. Is right? Am I correct? So
I'm bad on that.
Oh, I can tell. All right, so everything, bro. Imagine if the HN got this.
For real.
You know how old the old crusty plugs are? Like,
You know how the headache is the HN one?
oh my god. You already did that one.
Oh my god.
So
Don't even
we're gonna update you guys next. Like I said, we're just taking off the fenders. Fairly simple. I mean, it's not too much, but like I said, it's definitely a task to do this. And I didn't make a video before when I used to just people would take the stock one, as you can see here, and we'll modify it and extend the wires in order to put them inside. But with this harness, you don't have to do that. You just buy it. You can resell the stock one, and it definitely will sell, I'll tell you that. All right, here we go, guys. So they've been chopping away, taking the stock harness, and it is a bit of a task, I'll tell you that. Mainly because Jesus has like 1,000 zip ties here. But besides that, it shouldn't be too bad to take it off your car. But do mind this guy with 100,000 zip ties here. But you can definitely, yeah. So you can definitely see how it's coming along. It's not too bad. And then as soon as we get this out, mind this is gonna be going all the way here to the stock location where it goes inside the car, which I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see here much. Yeah, you can see a little bit where it goes that way. All right, so I'll update you guys here just a bit longer. All right, guys, so we're moving along fairly quickly. Well, actually, Jesus is moving along, and you can see we already have pretty much the stock one out of the way, and then he's over here inside removing the inside, which is going to be the fuse box underneath the driver's side. You all gonna, the best thing about when you disconnect all that, you don't have to be scared, because everything plugs in where it needs to be, so you can't like mix match any of the plugs. So there's going to be a lot of wiring, which I'm gonna show you here in a second, but just be aware that everything has to go where it needs to, because you cannot mix them up, which is amazing that Honda did that, because they do some stupid shit sometimes, like the ones for the crank sensors. And yeah, they do some. So and then also the center console. So what we're trying to do is remove the fuse box harness itself out, and we're going to be putting the new one in, so you can see where it's going to be routing it. And I already showed you guys this 2-piece design, so it's absolutely amazing. So once you get that situated, if you ever want to paint your engine bay, just disconnect it, take it off, and then plug it back in, and get yourself going, and not worrying about like doing what we're doing here, which is, it's a mess dealing with the stock one. And you can see how much better. I mean, I already showed you guys, it speaks for itself. All right, so here's the update on the other harness, so you guys can see it. Jesus ended up taking it all off. And yeah, so we're gonna show you guys how it's gonna be routing now. So you can see here, it's gonna be on the fender side all the way across, and then here going on to the headlights. Now he's taking his time. He's gonna want to zip tie everything to his liking, so I would suggest the same way, but I'll show you how he did it here in the end. And yeah, it got dark, but you can see how it's gonna come along. It's gonna be for the center, for the compressor, for the fans, and then the other side here for the headlight. So slowly coming along.
It's a pretty cool, easy layout. You know, it's just
Yeah, instead of running the engine bay, how much of a clusterfuck there is
yeah,
in
now
here.
it's just plug and play. Everything first. I just want to be picky.
Yeah. So it's coming along. So we're gonna go ahead and have him finishing this up, and then we'll update you guys more as we go. All right, guys. So he's finishing the driver's side, and he got it pretty much all mocked up. There's only 2 plugs that you said you're gonna extend, and then the reason being is he has the V2 AC tuck kit, which is over here in this location, as you can see. So we have the AC condenser wire, which is going to be this one right here. We're just going to have to extend it over there, but the one right here for this one, that's going to be your outside temperature, and everything else here is pretty much for your headlights. So you can see here how he zip tied everything nice and clean. He's been taking his time doing it, and then he also, you know, ran the other one. Now none of it's fully done. We're still just kind of mocking you guys up and showing you, so you guys can follow up how he getting everything done, and you know, going as much as we can. And then obviously here is going to be going to the inside. So yeah, so that should be able to, you know, get you guys caught up to this, and then, you know, everything's going to plug here into the head like he's ready to put it on. And I just wanted to record this specific corner over here before we throw the fender on and everything back on. All right, guys, so for the most part, all the outside, Jesus got it all done. We're gonna go ahead and run in the inside now and show you exactly where everything is gonna go. And it's fairly simple. So this one right here is gonna be going outside to match these plugs. And then you can see Jesus already zip tied it. These are gonna be going here. These 2 are gonna go right here to your center. You can see blue and gray, and then the other ones are gonna be going here to your fuse box underneath the driver's side. And then the ones with the logo on, those are gonna be going to your actual fuse box that we relocated. For the meantime, we're just gonna put it here on the floor. I don't know if later maybe you're gonna put it in the glove box, or you know, like I said, most people put it in the airbag location, believe it or not. That's what I've seen a lot of guys do it. It's out the way, and then if you want to get to it, you can just pop that off and you can see the fuses. But just a quick layout. And then one thing that I didn't mention here is the sensors right here for the your O2 sensor. So you got upstream and downstream. So let me see if this thing will focus. So he doesn't have them. He's turbo. He has the gauges over here. So if your car's, you know, fully stock, you're gonna need to run those back down through the OEM hole here. Okay, I'm sure. Yeah, right there. Okay, so do keep that in mind. But we're gonna go ahead and finish throwing this on and show you how that looks all finished up, because we're pretty much done. It does take a lot of work to set everything up because he's being picky on his car, and I don't blame him. You know, he wants everything to look nice and clean, and it is coming nice and clean. But we're just doing the last piece right here. And like I said, the best thing about this is being able to just unplug it here and not worry about this ever again coming in here. So, you know, take your time, do it right. Don't half-ass it. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this up, and we'll update you. Here we go. So you guys, show you that the plugs do go through. Now I do want to mention is that we had to unplug the other 2 ones right here, and then we're gonna slide them back. But I just wanted to show you guys that I know someone's gonna say that it doesn't work, and it's just worked for us, and we already had done it before, by the way. So you have to disconnect these 2, which is right up here. All right, right there. All right, the gray and the white one. You gotta go ahead and unplug it, slide it out, and then you're gonna go ahead and slide them back in here, which we're gonna do that right now. But we just wanted to show you that you have to do that in order to get those plugs through there. And then you want to slide the black one first and then the gray one, because the black one is a lot bigger and it's more difficult to get through, but it does get through. And definitely suggest to have 2 people when you are doing this specific part here. So we're gonna slide that back. We're finishing up the rest here, and then we should be all set. All right, so you guys seen it, the other part, and we put the rubber boot back in. So we're just gonna go ahead and zip ties this nicely up here. You know what I mean? Get it all away from any water. But yeah, this is done. And anytime you want to disconnect this, you can just disconnect it. And that's gonna be the probably the best part about it, just being able to have it a 2-piece. And we're just finishing up the inside of it, plugging the rest of the fuse box harness, and we're pretty much almost there. So it came out to be next day. We stayed kind of late, and yeah, we just kind of decided to call it quits last night, and we just turned the car on, and we're gonna do it here on video to show you guys that everything is working properly, lights and you know all the shenanigans. So you guys can see what you can see there. You got high beams. So he's still putting the interior back in. We kind of just, like I said, we called it quits last night, but you can see here how it's coming along. All right. And then you want to go ahead and turn it on, Jesus. It's hard to tell you guys how it looks in here because he tucked it very nice. So you go ahead and just turn it on. There you go. And then we just got to finish putting the fenders on, the bumpers, and you know. Yep. So everything is working. Like I said, we just gotta end up putting everything back on. It is definitely a big task to do this, and you can see here he has my original charge harness. We just ran the wires back in here. I'm not sure if there's something I covered last night, but you know, if you already have my battery relocation kit, you can use that same charge harness, just flip it the other way, and it will reach the inside. I have made it so you can reach over there and also reach the inside of the fuse box. But we're gonna just finalize putting everything on and show you that one more time. And I think we should be, I mean, probably show some of the interior. It's kind of difficult to show you guys because it's, you know, it's a little bit dark in here, but he ended up putting all the interior back on. Now he ran the wiring through up here so you guys can see it, and then out, and then right in the center. And then obviously, you know, I think I said that he's not using his O2 sensor plugs, so he just left them here in the center. Otherwise you have to run them back out that way. But you guys can see how it's coming along. But yeah, not too bad. Definitely takes some time, but it got late last night and we called it quits, and then we're just kind of finalizing it here. All right guys, so we got the car all back together. It definitely took some time there. Like I said, definitely take your time to do this work. I wish I would have recorded underneath where he put all the zip ties underneath and got everything nicely all finished up. As you can see where everything is at, and then this side with it as well. And then we're gonna go ahead and turn the car on, show you guys that he's putting the center console back on so you guys can see. Definitely it's a lot, right, Jesus?
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot. So I'll show you the glove box, not the glove box, the fuse boxes. We're gonna leave it there for the meantime. You don't know exactly where you want to put it yet.
No, I'm gonna find a nice spot for it.
So for the meantime, it will work there, and then that's where I have mine. I mean, I kind of hated it, but you can kind of relocate it to the glove box if you want to. But we're gonna go ahead and turn it on one last time. Make sure the AC's off. And then, everything you good there? Oh, you could have told me you had it in, there you go. The ABS light, it is on, okay? He's gonna find a way, probably take the cluster off and get it to come off. I have never done it in my car. I really didn't care enough. But perfect. Lights are on. Fuse box is relocated safely inside. I think that should be able to wrap up the video. You can turn it off, Jesus. It doesn't get hot. You can turn off, well, let me turn off the lights. You guys can see the lights are not staying on. So hopefully the video is helpful. and it's able to, you know, get things going for you guys. But definitely take your time. Definitely buy a whole shitload of zip ties, because you're gonna need them. Definitely a whole bag of them. It made a difference, dude. It looks amazing though.
I like how clean it came.
It was definitely worth the headache of taking her all apart, because, you know, you're not having that alone there is incredible. There was a lot of stuff. It was a lot. It's a lot. Definitely a challenge for somebody to do it in the weekend. I definitely suggest to do it with a friend, not alone.
2 days.
I think it can be done in one day, from morning to afternoon. It's just a lot. And then if you're picky, yeah, there you go. If you're picky, then definitely maybe 2 days, taking your time and definitely just putting things where you want it to be, and, you know. So we're gonna wrap it up and leave it there.